Hi Insta, what's up? I pretty much just wanted to come and chat for a little while, a few minutes about our emotions, emotional, intelligence, how to deal with uncomfortable emotions. I feel like that's something that I've had to learn pretty early in life just from being a so-called emotional person. Like I don't know, I've just been prone to feeling things, and I've used that to kind of like guide me and really practice listening to those emotions and what they're telling me. And I'm not saying that, every emotion or everything we feel is something we should act on. Like if we're upset, because we're at a stoplight, that doesn't mean that you should, cuss the person out next to you. But being aware of those emotions and what they mean is super helpful in just navigating life, because maybe you are upset that you're at a stoplight, but what is the underlying reason for that emotion? Is it something that you're repressing? Do you feel like you're not in control and you need to act out? Like, what is it? Because I feel like I personally had a tendency to lash out due to my inability to manage my emotions. I grew up just feeling a lot. I had a lot of like passive aggression as a child because I felt like I couldn't express how I was feeling. So when I got upset, I just went on mute. And I think that that's one thing we have to do when it comes to emotion. Sorry about the noise. Is just check in on where the emotion may be coming from, because it could be honestly a trigger. Something triggers you, or even these emotional patterns we have from childhood. So, you lash out at your loved ones when really you're maybe afraid, and I think that that's really what we have to notice is when these emotions come up, where are they coming from? Like anger, for instance, is a lot of times and a representation of fear, a way that fear is expressed. We're afraid of, say, not being in control, so we lash out in anger at others and we end up judging, and I feel like that's one thing is when it comes to having emotions, is knowing how to manage them. So if you know that you're a person who becomes uncomfortable in new situations and can, I guess, start to lash out, then maybe it's important to find a way to express those emotions otherwise. So if you know that, a situation that you're getting into is new, or something that it would normally make you uncomfortable, okay, accept that feeling and then find a way to deal with it. So whether that's meditation, yoga, journaling, listening to music, whatever. I mean, there's no escaping emotions. We're going to have them in life because they tell us great things. Emotions, instinctual emotions can actually help us alive. We're in danger. But emotions are related to our desires. And if we're uncomfortable, there's something there that can be uncovered. Because anytime I ever felt uncomfortable, it was 9 times out of 10 because I was somewhere or doing something or expecting or something that I shouldn't have been doing, and I let those uncomfortable emotions lead me to where I needed to be after that. So, I was uncomfortable, say my first semester in college, but I allowed that to take me to where I am now. I knew that I could be more comfortable at another school, so I transferred. Not saying that that's the thing for everyone, is to just, let our emotions decide exactly what we do, because that can be, like I said, if we're at a stop sign, we don't have to control our emotions. That's another story. But as far as making decisions, we want to take into account what our heart wants. I know that emotions also are a sign of what's going on internally. So if there's something internally that needs to be worked on, we can be willing to be aware of that and work on loving ourselves through it, and not being hard on ourselves and telling ourselves that we can't feel this way or that we need to control those emotions, because there's no way we can. Emotions are something that are going to come up no matter what. Like, say, for instance, a child is having a bad day and they just are acting out. They don't know why they're having those emotions, but we cannot punish them for having emotions and having a bad day, because that's just human nature. And so if we can, use our emotions as a tool to get us through things and find ways to nurture our emotional nature, it's just beneficial for everyone, because we start to not suppress our emotions, but rather use them to fuel our passions and our desires, and use them in the right way. Because balance in everything, of course, you want to use your emotions, but not avoid stepping out of your comfort zone. So yes, you can feel uncomfortable, but what does that mean about what makes you comfortable? Is there a dependency on something to feel comfortable? Because, life will make you feel uncomfortable at times. And if you can find ways to manage that feeling, that's where you grow. So yeah, I just kind of want to talk about that because I feel like I've had so much personal experience with emotions, letting them... Well, first, I had to go through letting them detour me from what I need to be doing, or letting them take over, me and my decisions. But now I feel like I've found ways to implement and not let those emotions get in the way of what I need to be doing, but also honoring them and letting them be, because they're not going anywhere, and that's for everybody. I think we try to act like we can control it, or suppress or ignore emotions, but they're always going to come back in a way that could either be helpful or hurtful if we're not aware of what to do with them. So yeah, I just kind of want to chat about that for a minute. I guess I'll be back with probably a vlog on it, because I love talking about emotions and how to manage. I have so many ways myself that I try to manage my emotions. Writing is definitely one of those ways. Practicing yoga is another one of those ways. So yeah, whatever way works best for you. Hit me up if you guys want some ideas on how to manage your emotions, or just want to chat about your emotions and how you feel and how you don't know how to control it, because it can be a bit challenging when we first try to approach like self-care and healing negative emotional patterns and things like that. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope everyone has a great day. See ya.